Hey guys, good morning. It is another work day at Alex's. Figured I'd just take the dogs for a walk here this morning. I'm thinking about getting some more gravel put into my driveway. My neighbor there, who's selling, dumped some gravel in the ditch for some reason. I'm not sure why, and I'm not sure why he dumped it in my ditch. It doesn't really matter to me. It's kind of weird. I already did take some a little while ago and put it in my driveway here along with my flower bed rocks. If you've been following along, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Right here, got some in there, and right here, and right here. Yeah, there's all sorts of potholes still left that I need to fill. In the fall time, we're gonna get a load done in here. Oh, very good, Duke. we're gonna get a however many yards it takes to do the whole driveway. That's what we're gonna do. But that will be later on. Well, just before fall, I should say late summer, maybe next month or something like that. Gotta give it time to pack down. Right now I'm just waiting for Jakota to show up, and then we're going to do a little road trip to the general store there of Alex's and see what we can't get done today. Alright, so we've arrived. What we're planning on doing today is taking off all the OSB on the outside. That's what the last people had essentially used as siding. Since we're going to be putting on real siding, we're not going to worry about it. Ooh, and it's out of here. So I'm going to get working on that on the side of the building, whereas Jakota's going to be working on it right here, where I already did most of it. So as I'm pulling this apart, I see that on the bottom, I don't know why I didn't notice that at first, I started pulling it off, but they had started to do some sort of siding here. Not great, because it doesn't overlap or anything, so water and stuff can get in between there and stuff rather than staying out. But they only went so far until they ran out of wood. I'm not sure why they did that, so I gotta peel all that stuff off and then be able to take this off. I was just about ready to take this piece off, took all the nails out, but now I have to take these off, and they're screwed on and nailed on. Alright guys, have you ever heard the term put 100 nails in it, or there's 100 nails in it? It basically just means that it's safe, or that it has a lot of nails in it. Doesn't necessarily mean a literal 100 nails, could be more, could be less. It just usually means that it's strong and it's safe, or whatever the context may be. So, what the hell? Why are this many nails in here? And it's still on here, so clearly there's more nails than what I already pulled out. So, my guess is that whoever built this had a greenhorn working and was like, alright, what I need you to do is to put this piece of wood here for whatever reason. Put 100 nails in it. What he was actually saying, likely, was make it so it won't come off the wall. Whereas the guy who was the greenhorn who was putting it on was like 100 nails. Alright, 1, 2, 3, all the way to 100. There's so many freaking nails in there. And it's still not coming off. Look at all the ones I pulled. That's insane. Okay, so I'm going to show you something real quick. For whatever reason, they didn't have enough siding to do the whole thing, or perhaps this is all they wanted. You can see exactly where it was, because it's not painted. But what might be harder to see is that this has actually started to rot a little bit. It's not bad, because it's OSB, it's got a lot of glue in it, so it takes a while to rot. And it had, the boards were really sandwiched on it. Tons of nails in these. So it's pretty tight. But that rot does happen, and giving it some more years, it would be bad. When you do your siding out of regular lumber like this, water can easily get in between it as it moves and stuff. If you are going to do wood siding, you'd still do this style where it overlaps, kind of a shiplap style, so that the water doesn't come in. Nowadays, the newer vinyl stuff does the exact same thing, just so the water can't get underneath, right? It can't travel up because of gravity. And it goes up, down, up, down, up. So that's just a precaution to take in mind when you're siding your house and you think it'd be cheaper just to use regular dimensional lumber. It'll look fine probably, but it won't serve you well when rain and snow are in your weather patterns. Over here, I thought I'd check in with him. He's got that board taken off and he's still got this one. There's so many nails in these, which I guess you would put a decent amount of nails in, but it's a pain in the ass to take this stuff off. And Hans is here. He started doing some of the garbage takeout, and then he's gonna demo all of this floor in here. There's so much to throw out. Oh, he got rid of almost that whole pile, dang. Yeah, he's gonna take out all this floor today, which is going to be a messy job because that's all soiled MDF styled floor, just fiberboards. It's just absolute trash. Not sure why they would have used it. I guess they put carpet on top of it, but it's absolute garbage. Okay, so you know how earlier I was saying that given a little more time it would have rotted more on the siding? I pulled off the very bottom board right here and you can see the progress of the rot. Obviously the water, it's running down, so that's where it was sitting because the foundation is about this much higher than the ground, and then with snow and stuff there, that's just all bad news. I'm pretty sure they're going to put a V, a gully through here so that the water travels down the middle and then into the alley behind us and then into a sewer drain. But right now, if we weren't going to fix this, we would have to put some other measures to keep the rot away. We're definitely going to put a house wrap on here regardless, but what the heck. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do here. We're going to peel this off and hopefully what's underneath it is all good. I'm not too sure. They use this as siding, so I'm hoping it doesn't go past the siding. I can see that the tar paper is still good underneath there, or the felt paper or whatever. So it's still good, so we'll figure it out. The presence of these types of bugs like the centipede and the slugs down there and these little guys are all signs of dampness. So dampness is not good. So if you see that in your house, just see where the dampness might be. I mean, in a basement it's a little more prevalent, but still you wanna protect your wood bits because you know, this stuff starts happening. Slugs are so cool but so disgusting. So we're moving on to this window here. And if you'll notice, there's no bottom. Jakota's doing outside, I'm doing inside. You'll notice that there's no sill here. I thought this was the sill with no jack studs, which would be essentially this is the jack stud, I guess you could say. It's not. Well, I guess it technically is. This has no sill and it has no header like this. Even though that header's wrong, it's better than nothing like this. Your header, you want, although this header over here is oversized, you want it to be somewhat like that because it's really strong. So basically a header is what replaces studs being in the middle, and it holds up your, or it supports all your trusses. On a gable, it's a little different, but still the same principle. So now that we have the window out, we put in one new stud there, so no need for a header anymore, and then we put in these pieces of backing which will hold the plywood on the other side, and there'll be a little more meat for the drywall or slats or whatever goes on this side. Stopping for lunch now. Hans is going to keep working in there for however long, I don't know. Alex is out basically all day. He keeps piecing out, leaving, and getting more stuff and filling up his store, which is coming along, I think, decently well. But we haven't seen much of him all day. We're gonna go see what kind of food fight we can start now. Figure out the rest of the day after that. Going to Denny's, my very favorite breakfast restaurant. Way better than IHOP. But the thing that bugs me is that they replaced the cool sign with this lame sign. You can see where it used to be. That's dumb. Alright, we're back. We're gonna take this and put it on there because that glass broke.
We could just move.
Ta-da! We put it up. So Alex made this, and then he just got us to just put some plywood down there. It's kind of just use what you have sort of deal, but it looks okay, I think. He was just here, and we were just gonna go get some barn board, but he had to return the truck. So now I'm just gonna get the barn board myself, or at least have a look. There's a guy who contacted me and said that he had a bunch of barn board for me if I wanted it, so I'm gonna go get that after we clean up for the day. So it looks like we're gonna come back tomorrow, when I didn't think that we were going to, but now we are for at least a little bit to put in the door and stuff while Hans finishes up the demo of the floor. Alright, all cleaned up, all the tools put away. Now we're gonna head out to a neighboring town, whatever. It's just a town a little more east of here. See what he has. I'll probably take it regardless, because wood is good, and if I can't use it right away, as long as I store it nicely, I can use it later. Maybe I'll even use it for Ashley's coop. I don't know, maybe. Made it to the dude's house, see what he's got. Kind of excited. I love going picking, especially when you know it's going to be free. Alright, so I'm at the guy's place. We got this wood here, this here, which I would probably just reprocess, this cool table that's got these duck heads. I'm going to see if I can turn this into something else, or maybe just use that as a table. Yeah, I guess it would be a goose head. And then he has a couple other things, some wood over there as well, which I will be taking. Wood is good.
He's going to move his truck.
Okay. And then some bed frames. You guys know that I always grab the bed frames when I find them. Apparently he has some other stuff, but I'm not too sure. Alright, we're too full to take everything, but we got a lot of stuff. There's still more wood, and there's nails and stuff that he has. We took one pail of nails. Got the bed frame, and that table, we don't have room for it. There's the old door out there we don't have room for. and apparently they're getting their house resided, and it's all cedar, and I want to do my flooring in cedar, so I might be able to take all of their cedar siding off of the house. That would be super sick to use as flooring, but we gotta probably make a deal for that. I don't know, because they might want something in exchange, which I'm cool with.
Oh, I saw you on TV.
I'm home, all good. Got the barn board all just leaned up against here. It was kind of wet because it's been raining a lot, as you know. So I wanted to dry it out in here. Somewhat dried out. There's gonna be a lot of humidity in the air and stuff. And like, look how much, like, see my floor? That's the color it's supposed to be. All this darkness, it's all over the place. That's all from the water coming up because concrete is porous, right? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And I don't know if you can hear that in the background. The rolling thunder. It's gonna rain again. No surprise there. There is some spice that's coming with this storm though. There is a tornado warning. So that's both cool and not cool. I've never seen a tornado in real life, so I'm not sure what to expect. I hope it doesn't destroy anything if there actually is a tornado that touches down. The last one that touched down was a few weeks ago in a city just a little south of me. Here, there was no damage or anything reported, so that's good. If there was another tornado now, I'd like to see it, but I wouldn't like to see it in my backyard. I don't even know if we have tornado insurance. Is that a thing that you have to get special? Maybe I'll call them right now. We'll see. No tornadoes yet, but it is raining pretty hard. Kind of hard to capture on camera, but maybe if I can get that puddle. Pretty hard, and it's hailing a little bit, but not so bad. No tornadoes, so that's good. So you can see the little bits of hail down there. It's very light, but it's still coming down. Hey guys, I got this crazy, I don't know how crazy it is, but do you remember the guy in the last vlog that we met at the dump, Ryan? Well, which I accidentally, me and Jakota mixed up his name. I think we called him Tyler or something like that in Alex's vlog. Anyways, Ryan, he has a skid steer, which is great, so I can get the landscaping done. It's not raining now, and it's not supposed to rain for a couple days. But beyond that, what's extra crazy is, you know that lug nut that I found in the last vlog on the road there randomly on my way to my one client's house to do the texture job? That's his son's lug nut that came off of his car. Isn't that insane? I can't believe how like we just happened to meet that guy at the dump, and then I happened to find his lug nut. Well, actually I found the lug nut before I actually met him at the dump, but still, he just watched the video, and now he's messaging me and being like, hey, you're not gonna believe this. That is insane. I don't believe it. I mean, I do believe it, so I'm gonna give that back to him. And the cool thing is he has a skid steer that he is willing to let us utilize for our property, which is good. Ashley and I are just chilling outside before Jakota gets here, before we go eating breakfast, and we got Duke here today. Well, he's going home today. We had him for a couple days. You may have seen him at the beginning of this vlog. Mine's still blown. Anyways, I'm waiting for Jakota, and then we're gonna head over to Alex's. Okay, well, obviously this is Alex's store. We're here. Today's gonna be a shorter day. We're actually waiting for the demo to be done in the back room here, so we're not sure exactly how long that's gonna take, but in the meantime, Jakota and I are gonna head over to the orange store and get some materials for rerouting some venting in the underneath these cabinets. You may remember me putting this one in, but that's when this whole cabinet was over moved over. So the vent is actually behind here. So we're gonna reroute it so it comes from here, goes all the way over to there, so we don't have to cut another hole in here, which should work fine. Coming back from the orange store, we see this guy working out on the way to wherever, I'm not sure, but I'm tempted to ask him if he benches. I don't know if he knows, but that's not the way you do it. That's not even the heavy part. It'd be hilarious if he stacked up a stack of weights, laid down on the weights, and started like pushing up on the bench. And it was like, 10 reps. I don't know. Anyways, we're back now. Got the material that we need to do those vents. I really need to oil that door there. And after that, we're gonna go see about working in the back again. So we're gonna mark where the brace that's on part of the cabinet, so that we can cut it out of the vent piece, so that we can route it out nice and properly. Okay, good.
1 second.
Okay, so unfortunately our little thing that we made here is not going to work with this is what Alex made, a dummy drawer, which is a genius idea. Instead, we're going to use this piece instead of this diverter piece that we kind of made up. And we're not tin bashers. We don't know if this is like super proper or like the good technique or whatever. It will work. I mean, it's just air. We're not sure. That's not going to work. We're not sure if that's going to change plans for the other side, but we're hoping that even though we bought this to go over there, it won't matter too much. We'll put this here instead, put this over there. We're gonna try. Snagging the plans. All right, so we got this one in. It works perfect. Now, to see if the switcheroo actually worked for over there. So Jakota's working on that one while I finish up this one. I'm pretty sure it'll work over there. It's a little more, I wouldn't say complicated, but it's a little more labor intensive because of the change of plans, but we don't want to go back to the store and buy more stuff. Unfortunately, we ruined the one thing that we don't actually need anymore, so we can't return that, but it's only like $7, so not a big deal. Also not my money, so. So I think this is gonna work out just fine. All right, it's in, it's functional. So the reason why it doesn't match, kind of sticks out pretty obviously, is because the original is going to stay looking good in case he wants to replace and put a new drawer in there or whatever, because it may not always be this. I suppose we could have made the stain match a little bit better, but didn't have that and the cabinet together when he stained it. I was at his house when he was staining it, so that's how I know. Over here, where Jakota is, we have it routed up, going behind the little pull-out drawer thing, and then coming in through here into the existing hole. Had to make it a little bit bigger, but it should fit. Both are going to be just great functionally. Again, we're not tin bashers. We don't know how to do this exactly, but I mean, it's pretty straightforward, I think. It works. The air is coming out of it, so I think it works. There, looks good. It's all functional, works good, looks good. It's in. That one and that one. This one actually looks a little better because it just looks like it goes. This one's a little off color, but as I explained, it just didn't have the two colors together when he stained it. Good old Alex, he's here with the sign painter. Okay, last thing on the menu today is just to put on this door in the where we put up the, you know, the other stuff, the other framing. Hands is basically done in there, so no need to have a nice wide open space because there's nothing to damage anymore. It looks pretty good in there now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Today, I told you. can see it.
Dude, that's so freaking perfect. Okay, where's that level?
There was one over there.
Ah, right beside me. Okay, so we have the door in, and it fits in nicely. A rough opening is perfect, all the way up to the very top. This door is oversized, so it's a little taller than normal, which we were just squeezing by, we knew, with this size of a header, which is a standard size header. The issue is that it's a 2x8 door, and we have a 2x6 cripple. So, yeah, that sucks. Look at all this space right here. That is not, this right here is the flange. That's supposed to get nailed / screwed to here. And obviously there's all that space there. So, so we're gonna have to put some backing behind there. We gotta ask Alex what he wants to do. The reason why it's a 2x8 door is because this door was meant for somewhere else where the walls are really thick. Over in the main building, they just made the walls even bigger to add insulation and all that stuff. So this was a custom door made specifically for there. I just assumed it was a 2x6 door because it looks like a 2x6 door. I should have measured it, but I didn't. There, so therefore it's kind of my fault that it doesn't fit. So we're gonna stick it in so it works good, because we can still make it look good. Like it'll still look normal with the right moldings and stuff, but it's just it's kind of a pain right now. All right, so it's in. It just fit going up. We decided to just bring it in since this wall is likely going to be clad in wood. We can make that look good there, and that's if Alex actually likes this door. I mean, it's pretty fat. The door itself is not fat, but the casing is pretty fat. It's got a flange on it and stuff, so we don't even really have the option of cutting it shorter, because the flange it's made of steel and plastic sort of thing, so you can't cut it. I mean, you can cut it off, but I'm not cutting it off with my saw. But it's working good. Hands gave us a hand, if you will, and we got it all squared away.
Good job, boys. Good job.
So it works out perfect. That was the last thing we had to do until he wants us to do more stuff. There's likely going to be drywall and other sorts of stuff here, but for now, we're taking off. Okay, hopping out of the forest, I can kind of see where I am again. We kind of just went trampling through the woods, but coming out into the open. Oh.